Welcome to Travel and Tourism. This channel is to help the students who are preparing for IGCSE and O-Level Travel and Tourism exam. If you are new to the channel, please click on the subscribe button. In this video, we will be discussing on the topic Pattern of Demand for International Tourism, the historic trends of international tourism, its volume and value. We will also discuss on the topics international arrival in the year 2019, impact of global economic crisis on tourist arrival, as well as the effect of COVID-19 on international tourism in the year 2020. Let us analyze this graph, which is prepared by UNWTO. This graph is available in your travel and tourism textbook. Refer to page 41. This graph shows a tremendous increase in international tourist arrivals since 1950. Let us analyze this graph in detail. The graph clearly indicates a strong development in Asia and the Pacific, that is 13% on an average per year. The Middle East shows 10% average growth. While the Americas shows a 5% average growth and Europe shows 6% average growth, these two regions had grown at a lower pace and are also below the world average growth rate. Europe and Americas were the main tourist receiving regions between 1950 and 2000, but their share of international tourist arrival had declined by over 10% for Europe and almost 13% for Americas. If you check the graph again, you can also see that both these regions represented a joint market share of over 95% in 1950 but shows only 76% in year 2000. When we check the second decade of 21st century, despite the downturn in 2003 and 2009, tourism remained very strong. The cause of downturn in 2003 are economic recession, conflict in Iraq, outbreak of SARS as well as avian influenza, and even there was also various terrorist attacks at different parts of the world. Therefore, people were reluctant to travel. In mid of 2008, there was another economic recession which had affected the international travel in 2009. There was also an outbreak of AH1N1 pandemic. In this part of the video, we will see about the international tourist arrivals in the first three quarters of 2019. On an average, 2019 showed a 4% increase in tourist arrival compared to the same period in 2018. Regional analysis showed that there was a growth of 9% in Middle East. Both Asia Pacific and Africa showed 5% increase, Europe 3% and Americas 2%. The factors which influence the growth of international tourism includes global economic slowdown, trade tensions, rising geopolitical challenges, social unrest, prolonged uncertainty about Brexit, the withdrawal of UK from European Union. Collapse of major travel group Thomas Cook and some small European airlines also had temporarily affected some key tourism destinations, particularly Europe and Americas. Being a source market, United States led the growth in the international tourism expenditure, supported by their strong exchange rate of US dollar. France reported the strongest increase among the top 10 markets, with a surging demand for the second consecutive year. China, being the world's top source market, saw a 14% increase in outbound trips in the first half of 2019, but their expenditures fell 4% compared to the same period of 2018. Impact of global economic crisis on international tourist arrival. International tourist arrival within advanced economies were significantly more affected in comparison to international tourist arrivals within emerging countries. Growth of international tourist arrivals turned negative during 2009 across the globe, with the exception of few low-income countries. On a regional level, international tourist arrivals were the most resilient among Middle Eastern countries during 2008. While all regions experienced a negative trend of international tourism in 2009, only in Africa the growth rates remain on a positive level. Countries with strong links to European and North American source markets were the most negatively affected. Countries with more diversified international tourism sector were generally less affected by the decrease in international tourist arrival during the global economic crisis. Improving availability and detail of source market data will help to assess the benefit of diversification strategies in the future. Tourism and COVID-19. Tourism is currently one of the most affected sectors by the outbreak of COVID-19. In future, there is also an added downside risk of weaker world economy, geopolitical, social and trade tensions, and even underperformance among major outbound travel market. Considering the evolving nature of the situation, it is too early to estimate the full impact of COVID-19 on international tourism. For the market assessment, United Nations World Tourism Organization had taken the scenario of SARS in 2003 as a benchmark. In a report published on April 14, 2020, United Nations World Tourism Organization estimates that there will be 20 to 30% decline in international tourist arrival, which is 3 to 4% down from what they have forecasted on January 2020. Converting it to the values, this translates into a loss of 30 to 50 billion US dollar on international tourism receipt. They also said that it is too early to estimate for other world regions. The uncertain evolution of this outbreak might lead to further revisions on these figures. To conclude this video, I would like to discuss an evaluative question based on the topic we discussed today. In Cambridge IGCSE as well as O-Level Travel and Tourism Core Module paper in the year 2015 October-November, this question was asked. Explain how each of the three types of shock other than the 1970 oil supply crisis have disrupted the overall pattern of growth in world tourism since 1950. While answering this question, you need to identify three types of shock. 1 mark each will be awarded for the correct identification, and the second mark is awarded for an appropriate explanatory comment about the disruptive effect. The correct responses will include financial crisis, 2003 and 2009, world in recession, lack of demand. The second point is Middle East conflicts, oil crisis, 2009. Inflation and travel cost increased, so airline travel was affected. The cost of airline tickets were increased, which affected the international tourism. 9/11 terrorism attack disrupted transatlantic travel pattern. 2004 tsunami. People were afraid to travel to the low-lying nations. This is like bird flu, SARS, etc. People started avoiding the whole region. MH17. Tourists were afraid to fly, especially in the Asian region. So you can write on any of these points and explain. If you find this video useful, please like the video, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel. Please click on the bell icon so that you will get notification every time I upload a new video. I'll be uploading new videos every other day. If you have any suggestions or queries, please feel free to comment. That's all for today. See you soon with the next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.